Algebra 1. Today we're working on 1.7, which is translating expressions, equations, and inequalities. So, we're going to go through some different phrases that represent addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and then a few other things before we jump into examples. So, as you guys know, addition can be represented with the words sum, total, plus, increased by, and more than. Subtraction can be represented with difference, minus, decreased by, less than, and subtracted from, and they're starred for a reason, so we will get back to those. Multiplication would be times product of twice, double, or triple, and multiply. Division is quotient divided by separate or half or third. And then there's something called parenthesis phrases where it says times and then the sum of or times and the difference of. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you had 4 being multiplied by, so having the distributive property, a number subtract 3. Then there's something called the turnaround phrases that are related to what's up here because it's exactly what it says. You're going to be thinking kind of backwards with how you write your expressions and equations. So let's go ahead and just jump into examples. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. Okay, so the first one says we have the product of a number and 3, and so you're always going to use a variable, so make sure you have your favorite one. I usually use n because I think it represents a number the best. So product means multiply, so you're going to take 3 times n. Number 2 says difference, which is subtraction. It's the difference between n and 10, so it'd just be n minus 10. Quotient can be written 2 different ways. Quotient means division. So you could take the number divided by a -5, or you could take n divided by -5. Either way. 4 subtracted from a number is a turnaround phrase because it says subtracted from. So you're going to write the number first and then subtract 4 from it. 5 has 2 things going on. It says sum and twice a number, so we have multiplication and addition. Twice a number would be written as 2 times n, and then the sum would be plus 7. 6, same thing. Product means multiply, and increase by means addition. So we have the product of n and a number 10, so 10n increased by plus 1. Okay. Page 2, do number 7 really quickly, and then we'll move on to equations. So 7 says 4 less than a number squared. So this is another turnaround phrase because it's 4 less than. So let's first start with a number squared. Anything squared is an exponent, so it would be n squared. And then 4 less than that would be minus 4. You can go ahead and do 8 on your own. 9 through 16 are equations, which means we're going to have an equal sign now. You're going to write your equal sign anytime you see the word is. You see the word is, that means equal. So it's going to be the same thing as the other page, but now we have equal signs. So this says, number 9, the sum of twice the number is 36. So twice the number would be 2n plus the 10 is, or equals, 36. 10 is a little trickier. This is the first time we're seeing the parentheses come into play. This says 3 times, and the difference of a number and 7 is 18. So the difference of a number and 7 would be n minus 7, but it's 3 times that difference, so that goes on the outside, is 18. 11 is 4 times a number divided by 8 is 3. So 4 times would be 4n divided by 8 is 3. 12 is like 10, so I want you to try that one. That's yours. 13 says 1/2 of a number, so now we have a fraction, is 8 less than, which means we have the turnaround, the number itself. So 1/2 of a number is, when it says that same number, you're going to use the same variable, and it's 8 less than that. 14, we have product of a number, and 3 is the same as the sum of that same number or same variable, and 6. So product of 3 and a number is 3n. There's our magic word is. The sum of that number, so our number is n, plus 6. Okay, lastly 16, we have less than, and we have product, and we have 8 more, which is more than, which is addition. So 4 less than would be the turnaround. So we're going to start with the product. So we have 7n, but 4 less than that, so subtract it, is, there's our favorite word, 8 more than that number. So you could do 8 plus n, or n plus 8. The bottom is inequalities, so let's review inequality signs first. Less than has the point to the left. Less than or equal to has the line underneath. Greater than has the point to the right. And greater than or equal to also has the equal to line underneath. Examples of this. A number is less than 10. I'm still going to use n. Choose which inequality sign, so less than, and negative 10. 18, you try. 19, a number is greater than or equal to 4. There's your number. Choose the greater than or equal to sign, and you'll have negative 4. Number 20, where it gets a little bit more complicated. Now we have the word at most, which means it can be 45, but it cannot go over it. So you're going to write n. If it can't go over 45, but it can include it, you're going to choose less than or equal to 45. Speed limit. You can drive 55 miles, but you cannot go over 55 miles. So we'd have n. If I can't go over it, it has to be less than, but I can drive 55, so it's equal to 55. 22, a number is at least 16. So I need to make at least $16 to pay my cell phone bill. So it would be greater than or equal to 16. A number is no less than 10, which means it's not less than 10, so it has to be the other way. It can be greater than or equal to 10. Just can't be under it. 24, you do. 15, a maximum number of 25. So it cannot go over 25. Max is as high as you can go. So it's less than or equal to 25. You guys are responsible for doing also 26.